This guitar was the next design I came up with after the birdfish. It's called Tesla, named after the physicist Nikola Tesla.
Und hat ein Konzept, das auf den ersten Blick...
At first glance, the concept of this guitar is rather playful. If you think back to your very first guitar, you might remember those little malfunctions, a loose wiring contact or the hum which occurred when you accidentally touched the cable. You never knew exactly when and why it would happen, but one day you'd figured it out. It was the plug.
Wenn man nahe am Verstärker stand, dann hat die
You might also remember the high microphonic feedback that occurred when you were standing a little bit too close to the amplifier.
Und meine Überlegung war bei der Tesla, dann eine Gitarre zu machen.
The concept behind the Tesla was to create a guitar dedicated to these archaic sounds, sounds we've always tried to prevent. I tried to create a formal and aesthetic concept for a guitar that incorporates the sounds we've all wanted to eliminate.
Bei dieser Gitarre ist es so, dass wir einen Korpus haben, der sehr lang...
This guitar has a long, stretched body which contributes to a punchy, resonant low end. There are different switches on the body. Like every other guitar, these are the volume and the tone pots. There's a switch that selects the neck or the bridge pickup. You can only choose between these two options. I didn't intend to create an instrument as versatile as the birdfish. I tried to focus on the important sounds that you can access through these three switches. The right switch generates a permanent hum as soon as I press on it.
Ich zeig's jetzt gerade mal. Fängt der Verstärker an zu brummen.
With the middle switch, I can cut off any kind of sound. And finally, the switch on the left creates that nasty microphonic feedback.
Hört ihr es?
It's exactly the sound we always tried to prevent.
Und jetzt kann ich natürlich mit diesen drei Schaltern in der
These switches allow me to create rhythmical patterns that fit into my music or into the licks I play on my guitar.
Eine Gitarre wie die Tesla zum Beispiel, die ist
I created the Tesla in just 4 weeks, from the prototype to the optimization. I define optimization as the quest for varnish with a different property, the luminous paint. But the guitar itself wasn't changed a lot. I think the first prototype had only 2 push buttons, and the silent switch was a toggle switch. But at least 97% of the guitar we know today already existed. It all went really fast. You do it like the people at Fender do it. They design a new shape, saw it out, give it a name, and hand it over to the field service. I do it the same way. I have an idea, build it, exhibit it at a trade show, and then I look for reactions.
Ich habe ja jetzt das Problem, wenn ich eine Les Paul spiele.
When I play a Les Paul, I have to be aware of the fact that I'm presenting myself with a strong symbol. I'm making a statement, even if I'm trying to achieve a completely different goal. Even if I play experimental jazz, everybody will expect to hear the typical Santana tone, because that's what everybody associates with this type of guitar. My instruments are new and completely unique. They're not connected to any kind of image or musical style the way a Strat or a Les Paul are. The Stratocaster represents wildness and fury. It's the guitar which has to be smashed and burnt at the end of a gig. A Les Paul suggests you're socially accepted and that you know how to play the blues. My instruments have no history. They're totally unpredictable. I think this is one reason why avant-garde musicians are attracted to my guitars. You can tell by their music that they feel free to play whatever they want. Another reason is that there's the option to create sounds you've never heard before by using the guitar in a completely new way. This is crucial.
Well, here's two Teuffel Teslas, a guitar that demands to be played differently. A guitar I tend to use more for avant-garde kind of style.
Mittlerweile habe ich Kunden, die mit dieser Gitarre Experimental-Jazz machen, wie jetzt David Thorne oder Henry Kaiser, Mark Schreiner. Und das war für mich eine ganz überraschende Begegnung.
I now have clients who use this guitar for experimental jazz, like David Thorne, Henry Kaiser or Mark Freno. It was an extremely encouraging experience to realize that the idea of creating a guitar that reproduces the noises we still know from our rehearsal studios is being accepted by numerous jazz musicians. Obviously, they started to work and experiment with those noises back in the 60s. Now they've found some sort of an icon or an altarpiece or simply a dedication to these noises in my Tesla guitar.
Von der Idee einfach begeistert, dass jemand hergeht und das, was eigentlich...
They got really excited that someone had purposefully packed these well-known imperfections into a new concept guitar and even presented it at a music trade show.
This, with the Steinberger tremolo, like the Kleins, and a similar headless shape, keeps me from playing what I'm comfortable from playing, because you get to the B and that thumb's not going to go over. And so you have to find different ways to play whatever you're playing. And this handicap here, besides looking great, has a terrific sonic effect on the tones the guitar is producing.